focus to places where I put fakers in comas longer than daytime soapers.
Hit us up with what we said wrong, what you think is actually the real meaning behind this. We appreciate it.
Cause I got my back in the mail, I'm happy as hell. Bitches time to party and it's the first of the month.
Shady. Oh shit, speaking of West Coast.
Stay stunned, but you broke while you frontin'. We the topic of discussion, got the
Got a lot of emotional problems. He feel that we was all abused as kids. He saw mama get dragged down and all kind of stands.
Thank you. Thank you for a really vulnerable album from you. And I really hope that this helps people out there that have addiction, that have family issues, that have alcoholism. And I really hope that that is your mission with this album and that you can help save lives and just make lives better.
Bigger versus better. It's not always one or the other, but sometimes the trade-off is unavoidable. It's clear that more is not always compatible with our other goals. Like most choices, this one usually works better if you make it on purpose.
Yeah, more isn't always better.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of a 21-track album right here, how coincidental.
But there is, we did check it as, there's like four skits though, so.
Yeah, there's an intro, a couple of skits, a bonus track.
So we're looking at really around 15, 16 tracks. But still, motherfuckers, stop making these long-ass albums. We ain't living in the 90s, 2000s anymore. Give us these 10 tracks, quick and sweet albums.
I'm Alexander Sandals.
I'm Alexander Mann.
We're Jungle Beats. We review music.
A lot of it.
And talk shit.
That too.
You're supposed to say a lot of it too. That would have been good. Anyway,
it's good.
I heard a lot of rumors about Book of Rhyme being a very good album, and we're about to get into it.
All I'm going to say is that Royce the 5'9" says, he has said that he thinks this is his most introspective album.
Very important, yeah.
He said it's probably his best piece of work ever. And he said he poured his heart and soul into it. He's never been this open for because he normally comes from other people's perspectives as much as his own, but this is pretty much mostly himself. So we're expecting a very revealing album. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Beautiful. Let's get this
intro into Woke.
Let's get this circus on the roll. Drink more water, or you might die.
I gotta start wearing white, man. All this shit always stains.
Yeah, but you look so clean.
I woke up this morning, distraction free. No nagging ass bitches.
Okay.
No begging ass niggas. With all the shit that I've been through in my life, I'm just thankful to God that I even woke up this morning. Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. This one's for those of you just ain't woke yet, hotel. You rich but you broke, nigga, just don't know yet, hotel. These rappers ain't woke yet, security back them hotel.
Okay.
That's that your ass is bleeding. That's that Kotex. I massacre your whole rap allegiance. Oh yes, this one's for little bro and big bro ain't come back from the store yet. Take my focus to places where I put fakers in comas longer than daytime soapers. Any calendar day, I'll Halloween like late October. I'll bury these niggas up under the devil's playground, playtime's over. That taught me to focus on what's inside y'all and not the surface.
Who will survive in America? That's the way that's from.
What the fuck you know about coming back from hitting rock? All I want is a good home.
See? Intro. It was kind of just like him just being very thankful because he's had so much traumatic and so much experience, like a lot of everything in his life so far. So he's just so thankful to wake up and be alive.
It's a prelude. It's just a preface to what we're about to hear.
Yep. First track.
Dope.
Real dope.
Very dope.
Short, precise, real banger beat, beautiful opener. It had like a sort of marching army feel to me with the vocals looped in the back.
And Royce's vocals over the top was just beautiful. It's just like liquid. It was water. It was just perfect.
Is one of the most amazing artists to just hear flow and just rap over a beat. He's like Honey, man.
Oh,
I could honestly hear Eminem coming in on that too.
Coming in?
Yeah.
Coming all over it.
And then that little skit just then. We noticed that I had similar things to Who Will Survive in America, a skit which is on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Now, we don't know where that comes from, though. I don't know what it originates from.
It's definitely from some famous black man, I assume, that had a big play in history.
Right.
But they even had the same bongos going on there, if you noticed too. So maybe that's Royce just giving notes that and saying, my experiences are very similar to this, or I relate to this. So far, that's really dope. I'm very, very impressed so far. And yeah, I'm seeing what else he got.
And vocally, what he's saying has substance to it as well. Like, I'm really listening, and it's no superficial shit. Same sample.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm a product of Parker. If I didn't do this, where in the fuck would you be at? See, there's a difference between us. What I spit in
Oh,
the
this is
ring.
fucking
She
dope.
was from my penis. I eat lions and sip hyenas. Y'all my children, y'all bit my shit and contracted rabies. Don't you grade me next to these rappers, baby, that's degrading. My style got so many different facets. I switch into so many different patches. I'm skipping class to be fascinating. Caterpillars fire.
This is a dope hook.
Oh, we know
This sounds like Kid Cudi a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Hold up, wait a minute, guess what I'ma never do?
Okay,
Show
sure.
so much respect to you, and I feel like we're friends, so now we no longer competitors. That could be
switched
the
it up.
end of You hold on to a regret or two. I do what I wanna do, they do what I let them do. Everything these niggas be saying is a fucking lie. It's nothing I can say, G, that is real. Kid, digging up
Alright, we all know what's coming up next, man.
You're looking at a chiller, the psychopath, the killer, the caterpillar. Don't tell me when I'm supposed to rap until, especially when your favorite rapper ain't even half as ill as ever still the truth. Had to pin a baddie like I lived when they're blinking a lot. You copy me, but you can't beat what I'm plus. My offspring so this long. It's an on top of an ant, trample it is, stomp it's faster and stand on it. Damn it, I can't stop it. The rap is a badge, and I'm going in like a tampon in this bitch. It's a manslaughter. Stop the juke when I'm dropping the deuce, and when I'm producing them lyrical power movements. These beats are like my saloons, and these bars always got my schools in them.
Beautiful. I'm just like, don't overplay the hook. End it. Oh man.
What a fucking great track, bro. Holy.
Oh damn. All I gotta say is,
Ain't that some shit what we needed, right?
why wasn't that type of shit album worthy? It
Here's the feature. He wants to play up the feature.
was a great feature. Great beat. I like the feature on the hook too. Green. I thought that was really nice. It fitted well. I liked Royce's first verse. The second verse I liked the switch up too.
He switched it up.
But I didn't like the way he ended it with a bit of singing. Like, you know, at the end of the second verse, Royce just like did a bit more of a singing type ish, and it kind of was offbeat a bit.
No, I didn't recognize that.
Well, I didn't really like that. But the rest of the song's dope. Don't get me wrong. I'll listen to this shit again. Oh,
Imagine being Royce and getting that verse from Eminem. You send it off, hey, we want to be on this, and he gets this, and it's like, damn.
I honestly believe Em would have been in the studio with him, because you remember that Em and Royce are very good friends.
Oh no shit, Slaughterhouse.
Do you know the story behind Em and Royce quickly?
Nah.
Well, basically, when Em started rapping, Royce and Em had a huge beef. They hated each other. They have huge beef. Because basically, when Em was starting to get famous, Royce was starting to get famous, and Em pretty much squashed him. That's why Royce's career never took off in a way, because Em fucking squashed him. Well, I don't know if that's exactly true, but that's how I portrayed it. But basically, over time, they squashed their beefs, and they became really good friends.
Well, guess what? Who made a better album? Eminem last year or Royce this year?
At the moment, these two tracks is better than all of Eminem's fucking album put together.
There you go. This is a beautiful track, man. A lot of substance to it, and the metaphor. I don't know if you caught a lot of metaphor. So the track was called Caterpillar, right? And they intertwine a lot of lines with the metaphor of growth, of turning a caterpillar into a butterfly.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought it was really intelligent the way they all did that.
Yeah, that's a dope voice. Yeah, fuck with me. Oh, production's on point, man.
Oh, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Does he produce? Does Royce produce?
Don't
This is
think
just
so.
our zone, reporters fast. The industry said I had to be an alcoholic who be having threesomes, be doing acid and having seizures. You know, holy Jesus of flows, eat a goat. Bad, that should be my tag. I'm from the more you niggas talk, it cheapens. And all I see is prep. Round the streets today, I'm about to freak away from having Issa Rae, eating out Lisa Ray. I do the Floyd Maylos, so many men shopping in women's section, it ain't no ladies left. These niggas crazy, yes, they playing crazy like the Chappelle sketch. Wayne Brady F.
Fuck me, his bars are on point, man. Is that it? Oh.
I almost think he's saying so much that I think it lacks direction. Like, there's so much there, I might need to listen to it another 10 times to feel it, but...
What's the thing? Every time I was picking up a bar, he'd already onto his next two or three, so my mind's a slow mind. Like, I can't keep track of all this shit. But every time I heard a line, I'm like, fuck. Because normally when you listen to rapper, you're like, there's 1, 2, 3. You're like, oh yeah, filler,
keeps
bar, filler,
tying
bar.
them.
He's like, bar, 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 bar. I'm just like, holy shit, the references and just the way he like flows. I love the beat. The beat's like a very West Coast instrumental type there. You can hear like the
Game on that
the
shit.
very Game, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg sort of stuff, but like new school type of ish. That was beautiful instrumental. Great wordplay. I love that track. That was.
I just thought of like conceptual direction. I mean, it might be my fault because track may need to be listened to a lot to really get the concept, but that seemed all over the place lyrically to me. Not to say that the lyrics weren't of substance.
I like Boogie. He just got signed. He just got signed to Shady. Oh shit! Speaking of West Coast, god damn.
This is a frequent instrumental, but it's sick.
I'm no longer a prospect. I'm what you call a veteran legend, man. I'm a prophet. You ain't no artist, you concept. Made to inspire gossip like Shade Room or like Bossa. Had dreams of fucking the R&B chick. Then I found out that R&B chick already had a dick. Already slept with your favorite rapper, already sick. You start as an artist and turn to alcoholic and quit. Nothing that they do is no.
This is a dope fucking track.
Let's bring the punches back. And sleeping fake woke niggas that had to come to that.
This is Boogie.
I love promoting elevation in the space that all my brothers at. Cause of that, all my niggas is like how we get to this, yeah. Man, I turn basic into intricate. I kill you with my simple shit. No tweeting when we kicking it. Don't tell me what you finna get. Silly, you could drown without a membership. What you done? My fame. Guess you think that I'm so dumb. No,
that's so dope.
I know, right? I know. It's so much.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, thank you. There's so many things to this, right? There's so many layers of greatness to this track. The West Coast instrumentation's fucking.
And it follows up so good from the last one.
100%.
Because the last one was like slight West Coast. That was full West Coast.
And did you notice when they said dumb?
Yeah.
Dumb! It goes high pitch.
Yep.
Beautiful little thing. Third thing, the features, fantastic.
Boogie was amazing. If you don't know Boogie, check out Thirst 48, 1 and 2. Even tracks like Bitter Raps, like, fuck me. Boogie's amazing. I'm so glad he got signed. He's a great artist.
His tone works really well on that track.
The thing about Boogie though, if you check out his track Oh My, he knows how to do like a hype track, but still add really good depth and lyrics to it. Easily the best track so far.
And you notice, we could have... Where tracks usually go wrong is that they don't often switch it up into... Like, they don't switch it up, right? They keep it... And what he did so well is that 3/4 of the way through, he switched it up. Yep. Beautiful transition to the end.
And the ending switch, yeah, exactly. And the best thing so far about this album is all the tracks are short, sweet, saying what you need to be saying. No fucking extra hook, no fucking extra production. Keep this shit going, Royce, and you got one of the best albums, man. That was the best track. Fuck me.
We got Who Are You skit into cocaine.
Take me, Royce. Take me, Royce. You've earned it, mate. You've earned it, Royce. Take me.
And then I was about to ask him about the abuse with my mom, and I fucking blinked.
How can I write a paper on my father when I don't know who he is?
Shit.
So, I guess the first question is, who are you?
So it's to his father, Book of Rhyme. Yeah. It's conceptualized from being to his father. As soon as he blinked, he went to... So, before he was talking to his father, and then he blinked, and then what?
I was speaking from his perspective as a kid, because he said don't blink, and then when he blinked, he went back. He didn't want to go back to that because it hurts. That's what I got from it.
I'm losing my mind, trying to figure out how did I hear so much pain. I drink a lot of alcohol, problems with the law, but I have done better or the same. Now let's talk about how much I respect my pop. He been through so much in life, we ain't never had a lot. We just had each other's back, that was really all we need. I'm proud to say that I'm an attitude and here is your pain.
It's really hard for me to make sense of something on a first listen when Royce is saying so much. But to speak of the production as well, the production was still really beautiful. I'm loving these short, concise tracks. That was a really good track. There hasn't been a bad track so far. Of course, type in the comments and, hit us up with what we said wrong, what you think is actually the real meaning behind this. We appreciate it. But this is us just trying to interpret on a first listen.
In replying to his son from the previous track, Who Are You? Royce gives his son a piece of his life never told before.
Oh, so it's the Royce's son. Oh, so basically maybe he never knew his dad, but then he's going from it basically... so instead of from his dad, goes to him as a father. And it's basically going, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made in a way. So like he's gone, this is what I've done to my son. Because like I gave up this lifestyle and these drugs to make sure that you have a good life and that you can feel loved. because I never felt that as a father. That makes more sense.
It does. Because I was confused, I'll be honest.
Wish I could be childish for old times. Either y'all were trans or Z, or y'all were Voltron. Stole bikes with Ike until the time that he stole mine. Told mom, she told me what comes round goes round.
She just smoke weed and want not to be bothered. We go and leave the house to not be by her. Right there, yeah. I never said that life was fair. Failure was always ungrateful, always had bad news. Always into the latest gossip, always was trying to show our father her nudes. That shit not cool. Stop right there. You know when karma catch you, everything in your life gon' fail.
Shit. Another great track. I didn't catch too much, I'm sorry. I was really zoned out for that one.
I didn't see much substance to that track compared to the others. I don't see much.
I don't know, I disagree. I kind of got an overall vibe because the ongoing thing for that one is I don't want to be a failure. So I'm assuming that what he was talking about was kind of overcoming obstacles in his life because he's constantly like thinking about what if I fail, what if I do this. So I feel like that's what the track was about.
I think it's just storytelling on there. It's very personal, you know, something that I didn't really connect to. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I still thought it was a dope track.
Instrumental was definitely different compared to the others too.
Yeah, it slowed down a bit, which I think is fair.
Oh wait,
gazing down the river in anticipation of the thrill of the dizzying rides at the amusement park.
Nothing compared to our family trips. My uncle shook hands with the manly grip. All this hand-me-down shit I had an uncanny fit. All the gangsters I had in my family had me anti-bit. On our way to that black amusement park, wood roller coasters, crack sold on plastic scooter cars. Some of my better times I share with you. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Shit. Stuck inside a rat race. Look, twist the cap, lift the bottle back, swig it, dig it. 10-inch rims on my mama Civic. 10-inch woofers in the trunk, to be specific, they pump. Rather the license plate plus the windows tinted. My real life drama plus fickle niggas thinking they done heard the best of Jermaine Lamar, but that's insane and couldn't be further left of. The truth is that my new shit slap, you never heard it better. I made it out unscathed and now I sunbathe with my son in Tanzania sun rays, thinking about them days.
Yeah, man. J. Cole absolutely does his thing right there, man.
I love the way he intros it. He just sings it going, wake up, wake up. Like he really just lets the beat flow with his vocals. And I love J. Cole singing. A lot of people don't like J. Cole because obviously he doesn't have the best voice, but just the way he sings, you can just hear the soul in his voice.
I think the imperfectness of it is what pushes its vibrance.
Yeah, there are many rappers that can't sing that well that I love. Like Mac Miller's another one. J. Cole. Who's another? Eminem's also another one too. Like rappers that can't really sing that well, but when they do, they just do it in like a style.
Kanye is the king of it.
Exactly. And I love all of that shit. There are a few that I don't, but most I do. And that's the only track I've heard of this album. I saw the video as well. Beautiful track. Royce talking about how his first experience on the bobload boat, be it like, you know, sneaking out, having a few drinks, losing the virginity, all sort of influenced the way that he grew up and how he changed and how like his innocence was taken away. So really beautiful track. I really fuck with it.
Very For Your Eyes Only reminiscent.
Yes, which is why it's a great feature that J. Cole's on there.
Yeah,
and J. Cole did his thing. Great production. Fucking great shit. Great shit.
Great!
That's great, Joe!
Legendary. That shit there gon' make me legendary. This shit here gon' make me legendary. Make me legendary.
Party nigga, I'm the hardest nigga out the farthest nigga out the party nigga, I'm the artist. I put all these niggas in the garbage. All these niggas in the top. I just need me a bad one. Come on here and whip my flag, huh? I give y'all the bottom line. I don't do a lot of talking, cause a lot of talking take up a lot of time. Say don't let extra shit, your bitches naked twist with an exorcist. Just trying to catch a glimpse, bitch, I look excellent. Soon as I exit, I feel out advantage. You try to look hard, cause around it, this my we was. It ain't no better feeling.
Turn it down, you a bad bitch. That's that shit gon' make you legendary. That's that shit gon' make you legendary.
Probably the first track I didn't really like.
I like the concept of it, definitely. I liked choosing women. Sorry, choosing his career and being legacy.
Yeah, like I
over
turn
women.
down these bad bitches because that makes me legendary. I choose to like work harder and not give in to these other side things because that makes me legendary.
Right, it's a very simple concept and probably one of the weaker ones on this album, but it resonates with me.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like his flow on that track was
Is a
really
standout.
seamless.
Yeah.
I love the style of production with like the organ into the choir.
The electronic too.
I didn't like that bit. See, I like the organ into the choir, but then the electronic comes in. And I'm just like, it didn't. That sort of beat doesn't fit Royce, especially just after Bob Low Boat.
Yeah, he's definitely trying. It seems like he's trying a couple of things on this album right now.
Yeah.
To fit the concept of the content of the lyrics.
First track I haven't really liked, but it doesn't matter. It fits in, so.
It doesn't though.
I mean, concept-wise, it does.
Okay, yeah. Because it's personal and does it really?
Maybe it was being too nice. Either way, I want to.
You hear the transition well from the last to this one.
This is gonna be a banger. I can tell.
Oh yeah, with these features.
Stay stunned, but you broke while you frontin'. We the topic of discussion, got the summer on lock. In the winter too.
I'm so far ahead of my time, I'm about to start another life. You a target, I'll probably blast you twice. I'll be rapping with the passion of Christ. You hustle out there in brownstones.
Big Sean better be on this.
Y'all came to be euthanized, I can't be dehumanized. I ain't even human, I'm painting communion wine. My favorite artist trying to party with Puff. I'm trying to fuck Cardi in the pericardium.
I got the summer on lock. In the winter, stay stunned, but you broke while you frontin'. We the topic of discussion, got the summer on lock.
It's fly season, my season.
Jadakiss.
It's all cool, I die evil. Yeah, see the Jake, don't hit the brake, just go to neutral. Barbecues, white y'all party.
Ride on winter, shine on summer. Life's a bitch and I'm trying to keep you slime balls from her. Any leaks, we gon' fix it, none of mine called plumbers. Got the summer on
Yeah.
lock. In the winter too. Let me show you what a winter do.
That's a dope song.
Yeah, 3 big great features on there. Pushes on hook duties. I wish he had a verse. But
Yeah, I'm the same. I would have rather just given the hook to the dude who did who's the
it's I can't remember his name, but obviously it's sampled from Yeezus.
Yeah, I reckon give the hook to him and give Pusher a verse. Jadakiss was really nice in there. Jadakiss is always a nice feature. Royce was still probably the best to me. And Fabulous, I didn't even notice him because I just don't hear him anymore these days. I mean, Fabulous back in the day he was the king of mixtapes, man. You know, so New York, Weezy probably don't like me. Like, fuck, man. I fuck with that. That's a good track.
That was a dope track.
Fun track.
Yeah, man, not much more to say on that. It just feels good.
Pump and beat, feels good.
Amazing, featuring Melanie Rutherford. Or Rutherford.
Okay.
You know you can't leave them clothes in the washing machine too long when they get done washed and still put them in the dryer. Doing that make the clothes stink. Man.
Never ask for much when I sit down and say my prayers. All I ever wanted was to be amazing.
I miss my big brother so much. He went to prison so much that I don't think I recognize him these days much. But I'ma always know we could get him from the ice cream truck.
And down as a child, no matter how lost he was, somehow find his way home. And so
I wish we had a switch up on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one either, but I still think it's a good track.
You were just telling stories from him as a kid growing up in his neighborhood.
And it's kind of fitting because the beat has that kind of like kindergarten feel to it.
Huh,
Like dun,
innocent
dun,
kind of.
dun, dun. It's like you know at the start of movies and you're walking down the street like dun, 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 dun. Like you're on your way to work before a big accident sort of happens. And I like how the beat sort of does sort of go riot when he starts speaking as well. The feature's really nice. I thought it was a really dope track.
That adds a more juvenile touch to it, right? That it is about adolescence. And
I kind of liked how it was minimalistic in that regard and came in. I mean, I would have, like I said, you said, I wouldn't have minded like a bit more of a switch up, but nonetheless, I think it's still a dope track. I like that one.
Robert Glasper.
Oh, I fucking love Robert Glasper. He's very, does a lot of production, does a lot of jazz. Plays a lot of instruments.
My problems ain't just working overtime, 8 or 9 jobs worth. All these money scheme ass niggas on basketball shorts, sons of Gene. I look you right in your eyes, say you motherfucking right. Don't bother me with adversity. I conquered my ground and King Kong could. All I think about these days is my
shoot me down like I'm up to something. Fuck with me and say I've deceived you.
I'm afraid of you going to college and not acknowledging I'm your father cause you're not proud enough. But I fought hard to make sure you never see certain things that I'm a product of. One thing non-related, you would never, ever, ever be better than me in basketball.
Was that his son at the end? Like, yeah, right, sure.
Maybe.
That was a beautiful track.
Yeah, super sincere, you know, just what it's like being a father and all the insecurities that come along with it.
Yeah, one that hit me the most was just like when he was like, I'm really scared about you if you're going to hit that alcohol because coming from an alcoholic's perspective, like he might have had a few clashes with life and death situations, or clashes with just knowing how bad addiction can be and how it affects your lifestyle. So just knowing that, like, he's like, his son's already taken up rapping, like he said. So what if he takes up other things that I'm doing as well? Yeah. And he mentioned on a previous track as well how scared he is of addiction becoming a thing for his son, also because his dad gave him that addiction as well. So,
right.
So really ties in with a lot of the other tracks he's doing. So really great track.
Definitely super cohesive with the album thing, and super self-aware at the start, where he says, he's self-aware. It's like, will people like what I'm about to create? Like, he sounds insecure about the music he was going to put out here, but he's like, fuck it, kind of thing. Power.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, hey. I'm living in that 21st century.
Doing something mean to it better than anybody ever seen. Straight from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero needs
No one's meant to have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count. The next track, please.
You want what for Christmas?
It's Christmas time and I'm coming home. Daddy's acting all crazy again.
Fucking Christmas beats.
Why they always gotta fight so much? Damn.
Oh.
Mama face roll, me and my bros in a panic state. If that's the case, yo, I can't just stay around. All he ever wanted to do was fit in with us, and y'all bought him a pair of fake Timberlands and put him in a real Timberland box. I'd never forget them boots, they was called Rugged Outbacks. Now mama trying to cover for him. She afraid my daddy gon' punch him again. Ended up unconscious, a broke arm and a toothless chip. My big bro got a lot of emotional problems. He feel that we was all abused as kids. He saw mama get dragged down all kind of stairs like a rag doll when he was 2, and this is turkey's done in a Montgomery.
Oh, that was a dope verse.
Dad has just been awakened again. You been out there drinking again? What the fuck I tell you about coming to my house with this disrespectful shit, nigga? Where the fuck you done been? Every time my daddy in his drawers and he's standing in the hallway mad at somebody, I swear to God he got the same strength as Superman. My father hit him so hard his body hit the stove, the oven dough hit the fucking floor. The turkey fell out the oven hole and landed near the stairs. Now daddy's standing over Greg talking about, nigga, you ain't hurt, get up, get up. Then here come Vish talking about, Dad, I don't think he gon' get up. Then mama went damn near hysterical. Because he taught me respect and discipline. Consequences for your acts.
We don't even. I don't even really say. I don't need to say nothing. It's evident why that song is powerful. Why that song is a great track. It's very clear if you listen to it carefully.
Which I did not, but I missed a lot.
I don't know. Could you feel like he was painting you that picture of a story?
I got the picture. I got the picture of him beginning as him as an alcoholic, and then it was also maybe his father, but then also coming from the perspective of the Montgomery family as well. So I got like those three, and I'm just like, it's powerful. It just goes back and throws back to the track of why he fears alcoholism impacting his family's life, and also it goes back to. Do you notice that when he was addicted to cocaine, he said cocaine the same way he did on the previous track as well? So a lot of little ties and throwbacks to make the album even more cohesive than what it is.
It's a great pickup.
The beat, the production of this album has been absolutely amazing. Shady, you can definitely hear Eminem's influence throughout this album because all the instrumentation is very similar to stuff he would go on. Also, he'd have a mix in. Royce has flowed amazing. I don't know if is there more tracks?
There's definitely more tracks.
That feels like a closer though.
There's plenty more tracks actually.
That's got to be one of the best tracks.
This nigga just blacked out and started swinging the knife at the dude I dropped. I'ma kill you, motherfucker! And start cutting the nigga. I look at him. He looks back at me. Prison bars just come in between us. Ryan got a record deal. Did you hear, Greg? Yeah, I deal with a record every day that I got for calling myself Protecting Ryan. Thank you for sacrificing your life so I can have a better life. Greg, is that what you want to hear? Strong friend. I remember 2003 out here screaming we next. I was gripping that 300 rockin' Rolexes GS. When I was 9, seen my father beat the shit out my mama. I'm smiling right now, I'm trying not to cry about her. Alcoholic, I just spent 5,000 trying to buy a bottle. You probably thought she gave in to the plot of Satan's sin. She got demons greater than you and I. This message is too denying and it's shady. You say we friend, rumors spread about me that ain't true. That's how the fake do. If I'm a strong friend, then what the fuck do that make you? They laugh at me because I'm different. But
But I laugh at them because they're all the same. Kurt Cobain.
All artists have committed suicide. Fuck.
So that was kind of an ode to how addiction can get you down the road of death.
Yeah, definitely.
And comparing it to being there for someone.
I think so. And
being
also
a strong friend for someone.
And also Royce maybe dealing with it himself.
Right.
Fuck.
The skit before them was really good too. I love the way
The skip was really good.
I love the way he illustrates these visuals.
Just like the way that like he was there with his brother, and he, you know, I love how at the end he's just like, you know, his whole life Royce is probably through the life that he was behind it. Royce probably just like, I should feel thankful for my brother. I should feel blah blah. But then he got to stages where like that's what he wants to hear. Like he didn't have to pull the knife out.
Right.
He didn't have to hurt that person. So it's just like him coming to terms at the end of it, being like, no. So really good.
We don't stand for anything, and so we fall for anything.
That's him.
I don't see anything. I think it is.
It's him? Damn, I never heard him sing like that before.
God bless America. Don King, nigga.
That's very clear what that track's about. Just the current state of.
Like on black violence, or
or
sorry, police on black
police
violence.
brutality.
Yeah,
the political issues we're going through. You know, that's a very, you know, makes sense.
Shout out to Royce singing though.
Yeah, that's the most.
I never heard him sing like that before. Because before in tracks I was like, that's a feature. That ain't Royce. But here it's just like, shit, is that Royce?
He's pushing his vocal boundaries here.
Ooh, you know you like them violins, bro.
Violin, piano, give it to me. Organs.
Thanks to Marshall, I'm sober doing what I enjoy doing. I'm putting Chappie Chat on, had to at least pay it forward to him. I stuck to my promise to mama, stay focused. Double entendre, I'm trying to vocally smoke you, you will be missed. I'm fly as a dive in the sky in the harness. Anyone alive sleeping on me can die in pajamas. Police call me a threat to society, though I am a promise.
I was born a boy, won't sugarcoat it. All the way I'm living put me in a great position now. Every time they hear me, they say ain't nobody did this now. Bring a fool, they don't be the blue, but every single show they handle like I already did my dues and what he's.
That was dope.
Is that it?
No, the album. No, now we got two more.
I'll be honest, with that track, I started daydreaming and I didn't hear a fucking word.
It was actually a great track. Like I really enjoyed that.
I fucked with the production.
It's a common. I don't know what instrumental it is, but it's commonly used throughout hip hop.
Which one?
The one on this track. Have you heard it before?
The one we just heard? Mm-hmm. I heard a violin, I heard drums, I heard pianos. That's all I heard. I'm sorry. Legit, I
don't think it's your fault though, right? I think it is, but it's not.
My attention span's like gone now. I'm trying, like, I legit really tried to focus, then all of a sudden my thought wandered somewhere, and then it entered a daydream, and next thing you know, the song was over.
This album's still under an hour. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of tracks to digest.
Sorry, guys. I try. I really try.
I'm looking.
I really try.
Booze already made me lose. I can't go out like Amy Winehouse. I like that. Very self-aware. Man, it's a nice track. And Ashley Sorrell really stepped it up. I loved her vocals towards the end.
I wish I remembered them.
That's okay.
Is that T-Pain? The fuck?
And shove it.
Everything is everything, but I need a better way.
Okay.
It's the first of the month. I got my bag in the mail. I was panicking yesterday. Now I'm happy as hell. We are. Hey, my life's like ever. That's from the first of the month. I'm trying to be loyal to never going broke again. The money, the power, respect is my only friends. If you ain't talking about money, then you get that dude out the starving. Talk down on the game, get one of them nerves. Cause I got my bag in the mail, I'm happy as hell. Bitches time to party and it's the first of the month. I got my bag in the mail. I was panicking this.
I think it was fair to say this track probably didn't need to be on the album. This could be a loosey-goosey.
I think I know why it's on the album though.
Why is that?
I remember seeing something in Royce the 5'9". I remember a while ago he wanted to get T-Pain on one of his albums, and T-Pain turned him down. So I think this is kind of like Royce being like getting that. I think he's just always wanted that T-Pain feature. So it's kind of like this is like, because this is his most introspective album. It's him just saying like you know, I got a feature that I really wanted.
Well, I felt
In that case, that felt forced. That felt like a forced feature towards the end. I feel like what's needed to be said about this album has already been said. All the important stuff is out the way. Except if the first of the month, why is it called that? 'Cause people get paid usually the first of the month. I think it's a very pretty shallow concept. Nothing really. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a dope song still, though. I think the feature really good. I thought T-Pain's feature was really well executed. What did he say? I could listen to the song again for the feature alone. Very refreshing, but I agree with it in terms of what the album's about. It's already said what you needed. I think it could have ended on the track we had before, or the one before that, or the one before that. Now, the only reason I'm going to play this Caterpillar remix, featuring Logic, is because Logic said this was the hardest feature verse he's ever gone in on. Really? So, wait, so this is featuring Eminem and Logic? No, it's featuring Logic and King Green. Oh, so hang on, so basically Eminem's verse will be replaced with Logic's verse? Yeah, I imagine so. Shit, so... just for that point, I want to listen to it.
Maybe it's just my pigment, maybe I'm being ignorant, maybe it's all a figment of my imagination and exaggeration of the illness. Yeah, fuck all this division and lyrical incision. It's time to unify, cause hip-hop is beautiful, it's you and I, and it doesn't discriminate if you black or white, or you Christian or Muslim. It just love them and put nothing above them. I'm here to talk about suicide and depression, anxiety, mental health, and all that other shit you scared to mention. Yeah, I can talk about the millions of them, but it's so great being a white rapper. White, everything. White man, being white, so great. Are you ashamed to be black, motherfucker? Fuck you, you piece of shit, mixed biracial fucking cunt.
I'm pretty sure that was recorded when he was doing Everybody.
Yeah, because he got rejected from BET, not performing there. Obviously had a problem with that.
And also, why didn't he just do this for Everybody? Instead of having instrumental tracks in between where he just talked in between songs like he did there. That was very passionate.
Yeah.
It worked.
It did. But I don't know. I could see a lot of people having a problem with this song, especially some of the lines. Like he said, people would be obsessing about my race. Well, Logic, some people would say he obsesses about his race, often mentioning it on dozens of lines and dozens of occasions in interviews and in songs. So I just think that maybe a bit hypocritical, some may say.
I don't know. I think it's good he keeps mentioning it because I think... there we are. I think everyone does mention it. Look at everyone pays him out about it, but that's because everyone's mentioning it.
But did he? I'm pretty sure it's because he started mentioning it first. He made it known. Most people it started
off with interviewers because people found out about his mixed race, and then every interview that's what all people would ask.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's true. I believe that it wasn't him that thought about it. It was the interviews that he got, and it was the fans and everyone basically just talking all about it.
Right. If that's how it started.
Obviously, I think obviously he did let it get out of hand because he mentioned it a lot. But I think because when you're struggling through shit like that, when you're in in hip hop and you're a huge figurehead and you're getting a lot of slack, but you know that a part of your culture is black, but when you try to express that, you get shot down because you're white. I can get why he'd constantly be rapping about that. Plus he's had a hard life, man. A lot of people give Logic shit for that, and it's become a meme to shit on him about that. But I personally think that he has a right to do that, and he's doing it. I thought it was a dope verse. All I can say is I'd take Legendary out. I'd take First of the Month out and just add them as bonuses. I think as for me, I'm always production over lyricism these days. I've got to say this album is very well produced. A good mixture of instrumentals. The only one I didn't really like was Legendary. I thought that was the weakest track on the album. I thought the features were all pretty well used. I feel like there wasn't really a feature I thought it was weak. Pretty much every single feature on here did their thing.
That's a good point.
And I think that Royce did good to outshine them as well. I think the only feature that outshined Royce was Eminem.
That's fine. He's a fucking Eminem.
And I like how towards the end of the last track as well, Royce said, "Thank you, Marshall, for keeping me sober throughout this whole album so I can do what I love while being sober."
He does pay homage to him on multiple tracks.
So it goes to show that Marshall did have a lot to do with this album. Because a lot of the production sounds similar, and also he signed a Shady Records. So I think Royce was just like to Eminem, was just like, look, man, I really want to put out a really great album, but without the hindrance of my abuse. And I think Eminem would be like, I've been through that. I'm sober. Let me help you so I can make a great album like Revival that you can make as well.
I mean,
and Royce was like, oh, hold on. I don't want to make some shit ass album. Eminem, I want to make a great album. I don't want to make no Revival. Eminem was like, what, you say Revival's bad? And Royce was like, yes, Eminem. That was a shit album.
I think the problem was that he didn't have a camp around him telling him it was bad.
Eminem needed Royce next to him so Royce could be like, that whack, that shoe whack. No, straight up. Eminem had some of his, he's still there. His flow and lyricism is still there in that album.
I want to talk about Royce. Let's give Royce the platform.
I'm just sorry, Revival was such a letdown. Anyway,
the review's out there if you want to watch it. The sentiment behind this album is really solid. It's really positive, and it's helping Royce get through a lot of his past issues and insecurities, which I definitely love. This album's too long. Once again,
it is too long.
That's the issue we continue having with albums. There's probably about 5 tracks 3 to 5 tracks that don't need to be on here. Could be on a disc too. Other than that, this is a good album. Could have been great, but right now it's good.
I agree. It's a good album. It's not a great album. I haven't listened to all of Royce to 5 Nights at Discovery. All I've listened to is Street Hop, one of his mixtapes, which I forget.
Layers was dope.
And obviously Bad Meets Evil. Street Hop was really good. That released 06. That's the first album I ever heard from him. So, actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 06. But yeah, highlights production. Some really, like, his storytelling is, of course, amazing. I wouldn't miss so much. Best tracks were definitely
Woke. Caterpillar.
Godspeed. Dumb. I think it was Godspeed, the one with the... What was the one with the...
Sorrell, Godspeed.
What was the one with the real fucking...
That's Godspeed.
What was the one with the really banging West Coast production with the keys?
Probably.
Voted, you might as well.
That's Dumb.
Dumb was the best track to me.
Dope, man.
Dumb was the best track, followed by the one where he went... Was it Outside? Power? I think it was Power.
Power was the longest one.
Power and Dumb were the best tracks. And Boblo Boat. Sorry, I know I heard Boblo Boat before, but that track is fucking amazing. So
to wrap it,
it's a good album. Could have been great. Too long. Could have even some tracks that did tie in there. You could have cut them out. I feel like you're already saying so much on here. I know you want to include everything because it's like it's your book.
What did we say at the start? What did you actually read out?
What did I can't actually remember.
It was talking about how more isn't always the best.
That's actually really fucking dope.
Literally, the thing you read from here...
Of all the things I could have read.
Right? Perfectly applies to this album.
Yeah. That's fucking dope. This video is already going to be long as fuck, so I don't want to touch more on it. I'm probably going to go back to this album. Probably going to skip a few, but I want to get more and more into Royce's story and see what I missed and the stories that he's telling. And thank you. Thank you for a really vulnerable album from you. And I really hope that this helps people out there that have addiction, that have family issues, that have alcoholism. And I really hope that that is your mission with this album and that you can help save lives and just make lives better.
Well said. Jungle Beats.
Jungle Beats.
Very well said.
Take me, Royce. Royce, you've earned it, mate. Royce, you can take me now, mate. I'm ready for your big 10-inch black cock. Put it in me, Royce.
Okay, we're done.
Put it in me.
Cause you too busy trying to keep up with the nigga who be trying to keep up with the nigga who be chasing all of these bitches with all the artificial body parts looking too synthetic. Look, if Yellow Wolf tell a nigga that he want you dead, you be dead quick as I can finish blowing the Romeo Julieta after I finish sending the nigga at you who be throwing Tony Romo's out of Veruga ready to risk it all.